Hey everybody, what's going on? Serial of a Jive here, and today I'm playing Entropia Universe. What we're going to be doing today is a 50 PED mining run, or we're going to try to complete this daily mining challenge here that I got for 294 calderite stones. So, how do these mining challenges work? So the mining challenge, the way it works is you basically just go to a challenge broker, daily terminal right here. You get your daily mission or your daily mining mission or whatever it is. And then you've just got to go out and complete it. You don't have just a day to do it. You just can get one of these per day. And once you complete your mission, then you're good to go. And you can just, get some daily tokens. You can then cash those daily tokens in for cool items, prizes, and all that. So what I'm going to be doing is taking 50 PDs, going out and seeing if I can't complete this daily mission. Now, for those of you guys who did not guess, I'm going to be doing this in an interesting fashion here. I'm going to be going into PvP 4 and trying my hand at a little bit of sort of high-risk mining here. So what this is, PvP 4 is a lootable PvP area. So if I get killed by another player, that player can then loot me and get all of my stuff. Well, all my stuff in here and here. So mine resources, which I have none of. Always make sure before you go into PvP 4. And just sort of materials. So materials would be stuff that you hunt for. Mined resources would be stuff that you mine for. Anyways, let's start dropping. So the goal here is either complete the token challenge or run through 50 PEDs of probes, whichever comes first. Or, no, it's going to be whichever comes first. I was going to say or last, but no, we're doing whichever comes first. If I, hit a calderite Hoff here at my second drop, then the run's over. But if I don't, then the run just isn't over. So the reason I want to go over these daily tokens is I know a lot of you guys have all your missions, you're good about that, right? You make sure your missions are sort of legit and, all taken care of. But a lot of people forget about dailies, or they might take a daily, but then they never take a new one, right? So it's some PEDs that people are leaving on the table, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, because again, anything you can do to maximize the amount of materials that you can get, the amount of stuff you can get, is something that you want to do if you're playing the game for eco or for profit. So let's see how this goes for me. Again, 50 PDs might not be enough, especially because I don't know, this is an area I've found calderite in before, but it's not just the best area. Some areas, you can look, there's maps online that'll show you some amazing areas where you might be able to find this in 20 probes. But the reason I'm not doing that is because I'm not going just for the calderite. I'm looking for a profit here. I think PvP 4, this area that I'm in, I think it's an extremely profitable area. So why would I want to go anywhere else? Or not? Well, I do want to go other places at times, but right now I just feel like this is sort of the place to be. And if you notice, I'm just going to run along the border. I might go into PvP 4, I might not. I know I said originally a PvP 4 mining run, but I'm sort of just doing the outskirts of PvP 4. I'm not looking to dive in and start losing money. Because again, the risk is I get shot and I die. And that is a pretty high risk, especially at the time I'm on. So right now it's 11 p.m.-ish Eastern time. There's a lot of players online right now. And, I don't want to run into any of those. So I guess if you guys have a Melchi challenge, this is a good area for it. Because we've already found 2 claims of that. So it's pretty legit. And again, you can see, each ore and end matter, they give you a different amount per PED. So, I've got 140 here, but the value of one Melchi isn't quite the same as the value of one calderite stone. So just always keep that in mind, right? Your friend might have a mission that says get 200 Melchi, what are these called? Melchi waters. And you might get a mission that says get 100 iron. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting the easier mission because your number's lower. It just means that you've got to get 100 iron, and your friend has to get 200 or whatever the number was I said, Melchi water. So just because you see a high number or low number, don't think you lucked out. Again, you might luck out, who knows, but Just don't automatically see that low number and think, woohoo, I'm good to go. Because not necessarily. And list or oil would be the easiest one. If you find list, just honestly, if you're looking for list, oh, come on, come on, Mindark. Wait, can I do this? Oh, I've got to summon it. I was hoping I could just jump on top of that thing and I'd be able to stand there, but it looks like I fell off. So I'm going to summon this claim. I feel ridiculous because I'm looking at it right now and I'm sitting here just waiting for the thing to summon. It's like, oh my god, come on. Mindark really needs to do a little bit better job of making their hills climbable. I get it, you want to imitate real life, but come on, Mindark, like, give me a little bit of a break here. I want to spend more money, not less. Like, they should be encouraging this. They should be like, oh, people want to be able to climb these hills so they can run faster and not spend as much time just not spending money. Let's let this happen. But they're not like that. They're too good. They want this game to be realistic at all costs. And in reality, if I tried to climb a hill like that, I'd probably fall down and break my leg. So it's not super realistic. But we're not looking for that, Mindark. I just want to climb a hill. Anyways, let's keep going. Did I just... What was that there? Oh, I see. I thought I found, like, some fruit. Usually, I always miss fruit, and then in my videos, someone who's much better at this than me will be like, Cereal, you missed fruit at, like, 2 minutes. It's like, oh, thank you. But, it's too late now. Like, I lost it. Like, you know, I can't go back and get it, right? Like, it's gone. For those of you who don't know, once like the fruit is a random drop that just occurs in Entropia Universe, usually when you're walking, not running. So if you do this, you're more likely to find fruit. And when you find it, you just have to pick it up. And if you miss it, then you're sort of out of luck. It just disappears, and that's that. It's loot that you could or couldn't get. It depends on how sort of good you are with eyes. To many people's surprise, I'm not very good at that. So I tend to just run past fruit and then feel like an ass because later on someone will point it out to me. I mean, thank you guys for pointing it out, but you know it's a little too late. If we're on Twitch and you see it though, then I really owe you one if you point it out. Actually, to be honest, guys, if I'm on Twitch and you're watching my video and you find fruit or something for me, I'll give it to you. I'll give you the fruit. It's yours because I wouldn't have found it, so like it's on you. Now, if I stop to pick it up and then you call me out for finding it, like that's not how that works. Let's drop a probe again. I feel like this is a good area. I found one list, so let's see if I can find two. Sorry about that. I'm moving the speaker. Ooh, well, we found some crude oil. That sort of goes against the rules too, because usually if you don't find antimatter on the first drop, you're not going to find it on the second. But we just got lucky like that. And again, right now, I don't think I'm going to be going into PvP4 because I'm just thinking about, like, what I've got on me. And it's not worth it. Like, this is a pretty solid area I've got right next to PvP4, so why bother going in? You know, it's sort of an executive decision that I'm making here, and I know a lot of people might be a little disappointed because initially I said PvP4 in the title. Or not in the title, but in the start of the video. I probably won't put it in the title because I'm not like that. I don't like to clickbait too much. I might use a little bit of a clickbait here or there, but I'm not the type of person that's going to be like, hey, I go into PvP4, and then it turns out I just like walk by it. No. If I say I'm going into PvP4, there will be a toe stuck into PvP4. We're not going to be doing that. So let's just run along this border here and see if we can't keep finding stuff. And again, like I said, I was going for Calderite, however you say it. And you know, it'd be good if I could get it, but when if you're finding like stuff, you don't want to just bail out on that, right? We just found a double right now, so let's do another drop. The double was a bit farther away, so usually if it's farther away, that means you're less likely to find another. If it's like right on you, like right where you dropped, there might be something else like sort of in that radius. Or at least that's sort of the general theory. Again, it is possible that like you find something way out, but you drop something on a claim, and it just so happens the claims that were farther out were the ones you found. But when you find doubles like that right next to each other, it generally means there's nothing else sort of in that radius. But I still like to double drop just to be sure. Because you never know, you know. And again, like with Entropia, this isn't... you could be, you can walk. How many of us have probably walked over an all-time high or a HOF or dropped a probe and just not seen it? It's probably some huge number. Like, there's probably an all-time high out there just buried down deep that everybody has like a 0.01% chance of finding, and maybe 3 of us dropped probes in that area and we didn't find it. But man, that would be a good way to like really like drive some people insane if Mindark gave you stats every week, like how many HOFs, how many all-time highs you just walked over, mobs you didn't shoot that had it. People would go nuts. Don't do that, Mindark. That would kill me too. If they're like, in your lifetime you've walked over 10 all-time highs, $1 million HOF, and I'd be like, oh no, like don't do that to me. It's just like the lotto. If I throw out the winning lotto ticket, I do not want to know about it. That would drive me mad if I knew I did it, because then anytime something goes wrong, anytime I need money, I'd be like, I could have had it. I could have had it. Anyways, let's keep going. It looks like the area is sort of cooling down a little bit here, but it still could be good. And as you guys know, like, I'm a really big miner, so I sort of have a decent amount of skills. That's why I can go. Usually the depth that I'm going at is a little bit deeper than what most of you guys are going to be hitting at. I'm just saying this because a lot of people sort of expect to get the same results as me, but a lot of people can't get the depth. So right now you see this claim was at 575. So each finder has a range. I guess we'll talk about mining a little bit, because I haven't done mining in a while and I haven't gone this in depth in a while. So each finder like this has a range that you'll see. So this range is 522.4. That's the average search depth. If you're using a finder that has an average depth of like 100.4, you're going to be finding a whole different range of resources than I will, because my finder can't go that. It's less likely to find those claims that are like right on the top of the earth, but more likely to find the stuff that's way down deep. And then there's finders that go even deeper. And generally, the deeper you can go, the better the loot that you're going to get, or the better the markup of the ores that you're going to get. So traditionally, I'll be finding a lot less lists in oil than a new player who's using sort of the trade terminal version of the mining gear. But again, it's not all an exact science, right? Like, sometimes I find claims that are just like super high up or super low. It's just I got lucky. And same with newbies, right? There's newbies I've known. They've used like trade terminal devices, and they found claims that are, 1,000 meters deep, and it's a HOF, and they're going nuts, right? And good for them for that. But it's not the norm. It's not the norm. So yeah, that's a quick overview of sort of how that works. Now I know I said I was going to do the daily token thing, but it's looking like I'm not going to get any Calderit because I'm not in an area that traditionally loots it. I know I've gotten it before, but that was more into PvP 4. I think this area is just a little too far south for me to be finding it. You never know though. So that's the thing, a lot of the graphs out there aren't quite up to date. So, maybe a graph says like you're likely to find oil in this area, and maybe, in 2015 you were, but it's 3 years later, or almost, Jesus Christ, it's almost 4 years later. It's almost 2019. Holy shit, people. But yeah, sometimes it's just like, the graph is old. So, it's wrong. But it's better than nothing, right? It's better to work with an outdated map than to have no map at all. And, that's just, that's a fact. You can argue with me all you want, but that's a fact. And I have no idea who's going to argue that with me. That would be such a weird argument. That would be such a weird hill to die on. But if any of you guys want to try it, let's go for it. Also, by the way, if you guys are like, so just a heads up for those of you guys who are leaving comments. Ooh, this was a good find. See, 2 pretty close to where I dropped, and they're both ores and matter. So I'm gonna drop another one. I'm thinking this might be like a double hit right here, because I could see there being a third claim. No. All right. Once again, Mindark has proven me to be wrong. We can check the depth on these too, because I know you guys like to see that. Ooh, that claim disappeared pretty fast. So this is only 490, so that's not too high of a depth. And for those guys new to the game, list is probably one of the most common ores to find, and oil is one of the most common end matters to find. That's why if we go to, where is it, the mission list, let me find this. I never even go into my missions, to be honest with you guys. I just sort of let them happen. That's the best way to do it. But if we go into the mission log here, you can see I've got a ton active, ton of open missions. A lot of them I don't even go after; they just happen. I've got all my daily hunting challenges. I should probably start going for those too, to be honest with you guys. But let's scroll down to the mining challenge. You can see I took a list 3, so I've got to get 1,000 points worth of list claims. I've got 173 right now, which isn't too bad because it comes up a lot. Melchy water 2, that's nowhere close to being complete. And oil, I think this one's going to be close. Oh, 235, so I'm not even close to finding that either. But I think you guys get the point. I was hoping that I could prove myself right there and be like, look at this, but not quite. Again, I probably should just sort of sit down and target that list one, because that's a pretty easy one to get. There's one island, like down here. It's all list claims pretty much. Right in here, you just go in here. All you're gonna find is list. Super easy challenge to get, to complete, really. And I think the skills are actually pretty decent. So like if you guys are looking to mine up or level up your mining skills quickly, that's one way to do it. I mean, maybe we can do that. Maybe I can just do a stream where it's literally just me sort of forcing a list thing. Because yeah, I can get prospecting or mining. So 2 sort of decent skills. I'd probably go prospecting. Because I think mining you get from just pulling up the claim. And I really don't care about how fast I can pull up a claim. I more care about being able to find the best claims possible. So you got another double here. I'm going to go ahead and just do another drop again. A lot of you guys have said it's super rare to find 2 on top of each other, 3 claims on top of each other. But if you're not new to my videos, you know that I've managed to do it quite a few times. Let's go into the middle of these 3 and just drop right here. I feel like this is going to send out like a nice radius, get some nice coverage here. Maybe we'll find another one. Let's see, can we get 4 in a row? No. But still, that's not too bad. Yeah, I think because my skills are a little bit higher, sometimes I'm more likely to find those like double or triple claims. Whereas a lot of you guys, if you're just starting out, it's a lot harder to do. And I'm always psyched when I do it, just because it's not the easiest thing in the world to find, if we're being honest with each other. Like, it's rare. If you look, I do a lot of mining, and to be honest, there are some videos that I do and I just toss. I know that some of you people think, like, well, a lot of people actually, they think that I just sort of throw up random content. But a lot of the time I'll put it up because either I'm having a good talk, I like the way everything went, or I found something cool. So I record a lot of gameplay footage that I just sort of talk through and scrap it. Because at the end of the day, like, I sit back, I listen to a bit of it, maybe the audio was off. That's been happening a lot recently. I've got to do some balancing with my audio. I think now I've got it down, but it takes a little bit to do that, and sometimes it'll just be like a shitty run. Not necessarily losses, because I still post losses. So I've talked about this before, but I'll talk about it again. One of the reasons I feel sort of strongly that everybody should be posting videos of them winning and losing is because Entropia Universe is a real cash economy, which means real people are putting up real money and potentially losing it. So if I just post all the time where I'm winning, it's going to be this cycle where people see me winning, they think they can win, and then they just keep dumping more and more money into the game thinking, well, Serial Overdrive makes like 20 PEDs a hunt, and if I could do the same thing, I could be making, $30 an hour or something crazy maybe, right? So that's why I post a lot of the losing videos. Like I just posted one a little bit ago where I took 100% loss hunting. That's a crazy amount to take, 100% of the ammo cost loss hunting because of decay and everything. That's a crazy amount to lose. But I've got to post those videos because otherwise what's going to happen is, and some people are like, I've heard people say I shouldn't post the videos because it looks bad for the game. But, the game is what the game is. And I'm not going to promote something that could potentially lose people a lot of money falsely. It's, look at that. We got a sizable, folks. Speak of the devil right there. That's a pretty decent claim. That's going to be a nice, 30 PEDs. I'm jumping right now, jumping. If I could get a global, that'd top it off. Oh, we got a small. Folks, we got to drop again. We got a sizable and a small right there. Can we get a very small? Very small or smaller. Let's just go top down. Oh, we got another small, and that's a good one. Let's drop again. I don't think there's any end matter here, but I'm still dropping for end matter just in case, because these are some pretty solid claims that we're finding. Alright. And the honeymoon's over. Should I drop again just to be sure? I'm going to drop right on the sizable claim just to be sure. Just in case. I don't know. I feel like there's something here. Ludus, the god of loot, has told me. He's come down and spoken to me and said, he lied. He lied. Alright, let's get this stuff. I'm pretty psyched about a sizable claim. Like, that is a legit hit right there. And also, if you look at for the mission stuff, that it means something. That's a lot better than some of these very poor. So let's go back to the mission talk, because I was sort of enjoying that. And now I'm just flipping through pages. I'm a little too excited. So if we go here, if you can look at this list one, right? You can see how the points work. So sizable's worth 25 points. That's pretty solid, right? Like 25 points. That's a huge jump for me in objectives. Whereas like a very poor is worth 1 point. Okay, so if you guys do the math on that, right? I do 25 very poors to equal this one sizable. So if you're going for like list missions and stuff, sometimes it is more important to amp up, because you can get huge amounts of points just really fast, and then you get your skills even faster. These are crazy. Like Mammoth for 60,000 points. If you find like a Mammoth that is global, that's not even a global. That's like an all-time high. So some of these are like very unlikely to find. I don't think I've ever found anything even close to this level, like 1,000. I might have found. I think I might have found a substantial claim once or something like that, but I've never found any of these huge ones. But if you get something like that, you could easily get like a one-hit level up. But a lot of people finding those claims are using huge amps. There's people in my chat, like there's people I've talked to, they're spending hundreds and hundreds of PEDs a night going through these amps. It's a crazy amount, and they'll be hitting these globals and these hoffs that just look awesome from the outside, but from the inside they're still losing money. They just enjoy going big. It's like when you go to the casino sometimes, you'll see these people who put down, $1,000, and they'll sit there all night just playing blackjack, hand after hand after hand. Most people who are capable of putting down $1,000 and just sort of shrugging it off for the night if that's a loss, they're the type of people who sort of understand risk versus reward, and they know like they're going to lose the money, but they're having fun playing it, and for them that's worth it. It's the same with Entropia, right? Like, there's some people that put down a lot of money, they get those hoffs, they get that good feeling about it, they just enjoy playing the game, and for them it's worth it. But again, like, there are people taking some pretty big losses when they're showing you these huge, global chains, and it looks like they're hoffing every day. Well, I mean, they are hoffing every day, but it's because they're spending more than a hoff every day. Alright, so that was a nice bit of list there that we found. Let's get the rest of this stuff. So I guess I did not find the best area for Calderite. I should probably do my research beforehand. I just sort of went with an area that I'd looted it in before and thought like, hey, let's hope for the best. But for a 50 PD run, I think I'm going to come out profitable, which is pretty good. So I'm happy with that. A lot of list here, a lot of list. So I'll probably, look at this. We've got 45 PDs in list, or 46 now. And it has a 107% markup. So just on list alone, I've broke even. Very good run. Very good run. I did not manage to complete my Calderite Stone thing. At least I'm pretty sure I didn't. I've got 4 probes left, so you never know. Definitely going to avoid PvP 4 right now, because if I get hit, I'd lose all 50 PEDs, and I'd be sort of out of the game. That's exactly what you don't want. So, like, near the end of a run, that's when you never want to go near a lootable PvP area. Near the beginning of a run, that's when it's a little bit more understandable to do it. And if you jump in, jump out a lot, it can definitely be worth it. If you guys are doing some PvP hunting, some lootable PvP hunting, always make sure you're jumping in, jumping out, because you just, every time you get a chance, you want to drop that loot at a storage facility and sort of save yourself the pain and anguish of getting killed in PvP 4 and losing a lot of money. I don't know why I said it like that. That's sort of weird. I'm just having fun with it, guys. I'm having fun with it. This video went on a bit longer than I thought it would. But I know, again, some of you guys like different longer forms. I know some of you guys have been not asking for more, but there's some people that have just, I've been putting out like a lot of the more tutorial type videos recently. Just, well, I put out like 2 or 3 of them, and some Black Ops videos, and some of you guys want a little bit longer form content, so I figured, hey, let's get on, let's do some mining, let's talk daily mining challenges, which a lot of people forget about. Daily hunting challenges, those are a thing too. And just sort of see how it goes. Alright, we got a very poor, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come back for that. I'm going to run a little bit farther out. I'm going to drop my probe and then head back. There we go, let's drop it. So I'm going to drop that probe, I'm going to head back, pick up my loot, and then we're going to teleport in and total everything up. Oh, ho ho, look at that. I was thinking that was going to be the end of it, but we got 2 hits right here. That's pretty solid. Should I just make it like a 26 point? Yeah, I'm going to drop one more time. I found 2 ores, like why not just drop and see if I can't get another claim? I don't think I will because these things are, yeah. So they were spread pretty far apart. When 2 claims are spread that far apart, generally you're not going to find another claim because sort of if you just run the math with those radiuses, it doesn't work out in your favor. But I don't know. Every now and then, like today I've just been feeling a little bit lucky, so I thought, hey, let's just drop it, see what happens. Nothing came out of it, but again, it's always a good learning experience just to explain stuff to some of you guys, because you know, that's why you watch these videos. You watch the videos to get a little bit of Entropia talk and to learn something, and you know, that's one way of learning it. Also, sort of just a really weird one, but on one of my videos someone said like to stop smoking. So my voice does get like a little hoarse sometimes because I've been talking for a while, and sometimes when I'll do these videos I've just been like, I tried to record a video and it failed. So then my voice starts to get hoarse because, again, like if you listen to these videos, I'm talking for like 30 minutes straight. How often do you guys do that? That's not like, it makes your voice go a little bit hoarse when you get done with it. But for those of you guys who think I smoke a lot, like I don't smoke tobacco at all. I do smoke weed every now and then. Look it up. In Boston, it's completely legal. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not telling anybody to do anything illegal, and I wouldn't even tell you to do it yourself. Like, if you like drinking, you like doing whatever, as long as it's not affecting your life in a negative way, go for it, right? Like, if gambling is your thing, like, go gamble. If, you know, you like to drink, go drink, but always know the risks, right? With gambling, you could lose money. With drinking, you can get throat cancer, and there are negative consequences if you drink too much. Same with smoking, right? But yeah, I don't smoke tobacco or anything like that, and if you hear anything in my voice, it's just because I'm getting hoarse. It has nothing to do with any sort of like substance abuse or use. Just because I don't know, I don't want to promote that. I don't want to give people like a reason to say that, especially with tobacco. Like I don't mind shisha. I'll do that every now and then. I haven't smoked shisha in probably over a year and a half. Once upon a time, I'd do it once or twice a month. But again, with tobacco, you've got to be very careful because that's like a pretty addictive substance. Caffeine is the same way. Like I'm trying to sort of kick that now because I've been having too much of it. And you start to get a little bit of a headache when you go off it. It's not too bad, like compared to some of these other substances. But still, even that stuff you got to be careful with. Anyways, guys, enough of the talk. I don't know why I had to go into that tangent. Sorry. So let's just total everything up. Again, we went out with 50 PEDs, and we're coming back with nice 71 PEDs. So that's a pretty solid profit. We got some probes left over here. Let's drop those in. 71.52 PEDs. So that's a pretty solid profit right there. Also, if you total this up, there's a little bit of markup on some of this stuff. DUR has about a 10% markup probably. So that means I'm going to get 30 PCs out of that. The list, it looks like it's going for 7, but I'd say it's more like 5. I don't know why it's an NA for today. That's sort of weird. But list is probably going for like 5% right now. So on 50 PEDs, it's not too bad. We're talking about, what, like 250 that I'm going to make extra. Melchi Water has a 625% markup. Oh, these are all unrefined. That's sort of why it's showing up like this. But unrefined, you can still get like a decent feel for the markup. Always refine stuff and then see what the markup is to see your final predictions. I just don't want to sit here and do that to you guys. But yeah, probably about a 5% markup on average on all this stuff. So again, 70 PEDs. You do the math there. I got an extra like 3 to 4 PEDs. So we made about 25 PEDs on this mining run. Not too bad, 50% profit. But again, sometimes I take 100% losses. Sometimes I take 100% wins. It is what it is, and that sizable claim really did save me. But thank you guys for watching. I know this was a bit of a long one. It went longer than I expected. But I had fun, and hopefully you guys did too. Anyways, if you liked the video, as always, hit that like button if you made it this far. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Obviously, you like what I've got to say. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and until next time, peace.